5-րդ օրն է։ Օդը լավ սառն է, դու դուրս չեկար, ես դուրս եկա, կուրտկայի, ժակետի եղանակա։ Ես նույնիսկ մտածեցի, որ հիմա Գրենլանդիայում կարող է հաստ կուրտկի ժամանակը լինի։ Ես այդքան հաստ կորտ չվերցրի։ Ես շատ ձմեռվա չվերցրի, միջին աշնանային եմ վերցրել։ Հիմա կոֆե վերցրեցինք, տեսնեմ հլա։ Դարնա, սակայն լսնեմ։ Մեզ բան չմնաց հասնելու տեղ, մի օր, չէ? Վաղն էլ եք տովի օր, չէ? Վաղը տովի օր է, վաղն էլ է տովային, հա? Նուսա օրը հասնում ենք, ուր ենք հասնելու, մի հատ անունը հասա։ Քաքորթոք։ Տարբեր ձևով են արտասանում, mən չգիտեմ, Հայաստանը, որ արտասանում եմ մի քիչ սիրուն չի ինչու։ Բայց գնանք ընդեղ արտասանեն, լսենք էլի ոնց է։ Իսկ ռուսները կարծեմ ասում են կակորտոկ, կակորտակ։ Իրանք քը չունել, իրանց մոտ հեշտ է։ Մենք որ քը ունենք։ You get the menu? Oh, you did the menu? You know what you like it? Okay. How? What do you like it more?
I like to have croissant.
Croissant, yes.
Black origi.
Origi, yes.
And side pork sausage and hash brown.
Nice. May I know your name, sir?
Steve.
Thank you, Mr. Steve, for your mom. One croissant, please. Croissant. Perfect. Yogurt parfait. That's all. Is it? No. Cream cheese. Cream cheese, yeah. Cream cheese. And for you with butter? Like your meals and the left one. I know your name, ma'am? Yes, you mentioned. Oh my god, I'm almost there. Perfect. Esa լուզը։ Մեջը անգամ էլ չուս տվեցի, անկույզ, ալմոնդ, ինչ ասես կա, բուզեղեն, ամեն ինչ, չարազեղեն, այս էլ կրուասան է, էլի շատ լավ կրտկրտան է, չեք, քրիմ չիսով։ Խաղեր են խաղում։ Տարբեր տեսակի խաղեր են, զբաղացնում են մարդկանց ծովային օրերը։ Այսօր մեր 5-րդ օրն է, նախաճաշեցի, իմ ջիմը վերջացրեցի, հիմա փոքր կնկարեմ ինչ-որ բաներ, եթե տեսնեմ։ Ասած չհասկաց այս խաղի իմաստը, սկզբից չհետևեցի։ Այդ ինչ-որ պտտում են, հետո համապատասխան։ Հիմա ինչ-որ հարցու պատասխան է լինելու, անձնակազմից գալու են ու հետաքրքիր հարցեր, եթե ունեք նավի վերաբերվող, կարող եք տալ ու այդ նավի անձնակազմից դες կպատասխանեն։
Doing an excellent presentation, very informative. So make sure to sit somewhere you'll be able to see that giant screen so you can get all the right information. And of course, we have the Q&A coming up as well. So get nice and close, make sure you can see that screen. And we'll be starting in just a few. Give it up for Morton coming out, Greenland pilot. We also have Thomas, another one of our pilots. Agostino, chief engineer. And of course, folks, the man, the legend. Give it up for your captain, Renato. A big round of applause right there.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everything? Finally, we finished with the hour forward. Okay, so everything else is going to be back, so we're going to be sleeping longer. This morning I had my 4 years old here, ciao Mario. He's actually feeling the 3 hours one after the other pretty badly. So it's tough to get him up in the morning. Anyway, so thank you very much for attending our Q&A. We have, of course, plenty of resources and information that will be very happy to answer to any of your curiosity or question that you might have. We want to keep it light-hearted in the sense of providing information, but also to be a fun activity. We'll be certainly have the description of our itinerary. We are blessed with the presence of Captain Morten and Captain Thomas, that are the Greenland pilots that have been reviewing with us. And of course, as soon as they boarded, the main concern what is the ice situation in the docks, in the areas, and they were very positive, saying, "Yeah, you're gonna make it, no worries." Our journey cruise, and we are here. So that is our position this time. So we are about 120 nautical miles from Terranova, which is the island over here, Newfoundland. And of course, our direction is toward the first port of call, which is Kurtog. Actually, Morten has a very nice way to pronounce Kurtog. Hakotok means the white. The whites, okay, for a good reason, I'm sure. So as we are proceeding on our track, and this is pretty much where we left from Virginia Beach, where we disembarked Marine pilots, proceeded to the east northeasterly, and now we are northeasterly bound. And there are a couple of information. This one in particular is something related to April 15, 1912, Titanic. So this is the final resting place of the unfortunate voyage.
From the Greenland Ice Service at the latest met-ons, and one of the things they've been looking at, actually they've been monitoring and tracking this particular iceberg since early June, where it was on the east coast. The iceberg is a little bit unusual for the area. It's sorry. Start over? No. We've been tracking this quite unusual iceberg. The iceberg is 4 kilometers times 2 kilometers. And that's highly unusual for this area. We don't think we'll be able to see them probably passing in the dark. We're still looking at it. But it's of quite big interest to science as well. So if you see it, we will be sending the pictures to the DMI, who we shared with the ice service in Canada and the US. So hopefully we'll be doing a little bit of citizen science in this voyage.
We're talking about maybe a mile and a half of extension, so which is, of course, we're going to take all the necessary precaution to get closer, not too close. And these are the main information for the mileage. You know, the distance from Baltimore to Kurtog is 2,084, and the total of the mileage is 4,320. You're talking about nautical miles. And then we have a few information relevant about consumption of fresh water and fuel. Obviously, the most is a chunk of ice of fresh water, which has been calved through the glacier, and generally the western part of the two Greenland Carnival has been sharing with us lots of information. This is my first time in Greenland, and so I rely a lot on the information that we receive from someone that is certainly more experienced than me. Growlers, that the growlers are icebergs which are called such because of the air trapped inside is actually released. So they have, when you pass by, they groan like a hungry stomach, right? And this is the ice chart, so it's very relevant for us. We're gonna be here around, this number 1 means there is one iceberg. And we're gonna be there past 1 p.m. So if you are on deck outside your balcony, take a peek outside. We will be, if as soon as we spot it, we will be mention it. Of course, we will have an announcement made on the ship, so then it's actually noise. Relatively okay time. Maybe not in the cabin because we don't want to bother your nap if you are having one. But certainly we can make the announcement. Is confirmed. We just don't know the exact position. So we will pass through, but it's a quite extensive area, and we don't have any information about the size. And non-ortelic. I actually downloaded it from TripAdvisor. Okay. I never went myself. QR Talk, this is actually instead a very relevant picture, satellite picture that Thomas and Morten have shared with me, is about the condition. As you can see, this is the, on my left we have QR Talk, already the archipelago, and outside is the approach to QR Talk. And there is all icebergs, okay? Obviously, the day after tomorrow at 5:30, we're gonna be just outside and coming into the fjords. We're gonna be at Anchorage at 7 a.m. We will be ready at 7 with our tender boats, with our water shuttle. And this is, with your eyes, we have plenty of lookout. Since yesterday night we experienced also some heavy and dense fog, so we are prepared for it. We have a system with the radars. The Greenland pilots have told us how to use the radar to better spot the icebergs, which is very important, especially the tiny little one. Then there are other conditions. Of course, fog and rough seas, they are the likability of spot very far the iceberg is not proper, but we'll do the best certainly to avoid. And the fact that we have this satellite picture already identify any possible problem, because a bigger iceberg means lots of other smaller iceberg possible close by. It's always uncertain. There is not an exact science or prediction, and very much depend on the state of the sky. You know, if it's foggy, overcast, forget about it. But if we get any chance, it's going to be tonight. So this is there are, Andrea, how many possibility was? 30%. So it's not a lot, but it's better than 0%. So there might be a possibility. Obviously, it's going to be past midnight, past 11 p.m. Days is going to be like so. I don't expect me to tell you at 2 o'clock be there because you're going to see it, because I don't know whether it's going to happen or not. But
I'm wrong, but it looks like you switched the 2 destinations in Greenland. Is that correct?
Did we switch to the destination? Did we switch the itinerary?
Yes.
yeah, well, we in the last, I'm sure that you guys receive a communication about it, right? So yes, is a Kurtog is the first port. Nanothermic is going to be the second one.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you for your question. Yes, there was
safety officer. So for tomorrow, for the day after tomorrow, we are planning to use 5 tender boats in the morning. We keep 1 in standby in case we need, or there will be like an excessive queue, and so all you're gonna be waiting to go out. We planning to use 2 tender embarkation, so we can accommodate you in 2 different water shuttle. And then once we're gonna get the numbers around 80 guests for each water shuttle, we will start to tender you ashore. Ashore there will be a pier where you'll be getting off. Depends on the tide, it can be a little bit challenging, like going up, because it's gonna be like a steep ramp. But hopefully you're gonna get there that you need to go and move around. What else to say? The things we recommend is that we're gonna be ready around 7, and for sure we expect they're gonna be already a lot of you waiting. But it will take its time to go out because we have to embark in the water shuttle safely. So there will be a little chance that we have to wait to board, but we're gonna make sure that everyone is gonna have the chance to get out.
So on departure we had 2,580, and how much we burned so far?
For now we burn around 400 metric tons from departure from the departure.
Okay, so 400, yeah, and you know we intentionally speed up from Baltimore here in order to reduce the speed entering the ice limit area, as certainly you don't want to have any fast or too quick encounter with the ice, and so the slower you are, the sooner you stop if you need to. And it's actually the third of this class of a ship, which usually take less. The prototype, the first ship of each class usually take a bit longer because of the preparation and because you always learn from what you did before. And before this was the Carnival Spirit, that is a sister ship of the Pride. And before the Carnival's Pride there was a Costa Atlantica. Now I think he's actually sailing for Margaretville with that name. He's actually out of Tampa, the port the ship is actually made. So that was made in 1998. Pride in 1999 started and delivered in 2000. And the Pride was begin in 2001 and completed in 2002 when she was delivered. So she's a 22 years old girl.
That's my age. What?
Okay, I can answer for the question of Mardi Gras bigger. Yes, Mardi Gras is bigger than the Pride. And whether the Mardi Gras can come up here,
No, I don't know the size of the Mardi Gras. 350 meters. The question would be yes, it would be possible for Mardi Gras to come up here. There would be some restrictions to where we could take her in. And let's say just for the two ports we are looking at, there would be no restriction in Carnarvon. But in the northerly you would have to find another position to drift or stay at anchor, just due to the length of the vessel. The extra 50 meters would make it a little bit more challenging. If you talk other ports in Greenland, we would have to make a risk assessment for each individual place. That earlier there was a question about proscription zone. Just out of interest, just yesterday we had the largest ship coming through that was 312 meters. So slightly bigger than this one. But anyway, if we had a request from Carnival or any other corporation for that matter, we would have to make a proper risk assessment for the area and advise the company if it was a sound idea or not.
1,000 passengers in a Cartog or an outer lift, which is even smaller, might not be probably the wisest thing. So having a limited number of people on board make it actually possible to get to those places.
Will the Pride be the only ship?
You have seen has certain clinic hours. However, we are open 24/7 for any emergency that might be needed, and we are typically in a rotation of 4 months working on board and 2 months of rest at home or working elsewhere.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Taking medication and antibiotic, which usually helps with most of the emergencies, but there is no, and as far as I understand, it's not a standard in the industry to have a dentist on board. It will be quite complicated and quite a number of installation to have that. But I hear you.
I wish we did. Have you seen the size of my teeth? And to be fair, you guys, once my molar snapped and the medical center completely took care of me, and then when we got to the next port, they take such good care of the crew. They had a shuttle, they took me straight over to the dentist and they fixed up my molar. And that was kind of what taking care of us. So thanks, Doc. Yep.
My question, of course, being doctor and nurse, sir. My question for the doctor that we were wondering about as medical people is, what if we get COVID? Do you have Paxlovid? What do you do with us if we brought our testing here with us, but if we develop COVID, where do we go? And what do you do with us?
He familiarizes ourselves.
To say hello in Greenlandic, then you say alu, and goodbye is bye.
What? So now we know 2 words?
Then you have, for example, this morning it was a little colder than yesterday, and then you say ishik. It's very cold.
Ishik?
Ishik.
So in a few days when we get to the gateway, we're all going to be ishiking. Folks, one more time, can I please get everyone to give these amazing officers a massive round of applause, and of course, the master of the best of your captain, Renato. Now team, would you mind getting together so we can get a nice photo of you? Get on it together, we'll get those photos out. Great opportunity to meet the captain, of course, the officers, our pilots. Snap away.
Այսօր մեր սենյակը հավաքելուց հետո Շունիկ են դրի այսօր ամեն օր ասում եմ չնկարեմ, բայց ամեն օր հետաքրքիր մի բան լինում է այսօր այդ հարց ու պատասխանը կապիտանի հետ նավի հրաշալի էր այնքան ինֆորմացիա է ստանում այլ դուսուս այնքան եմ սիրում այդ պահը որ միշտ նկարում են այդ շոուն Հետո TV-ով են ցույց տալու նույնը, բայց կենթանի նայելը իհարկե ուրիշ է։ Այսօր դուրսը չեմ նկարեմ։ Եղանակը բավականին բացվել է։ Անդրեկ համարյա չկա, առավոտ մի քիչ էլ գալիս։ Հիմա վաղներ ենք ծովային օր, մյուս օրը հասնելու ենք Թակորթով։ Կարնաոտը պարգար եղանակը բայց կարնա կանպայման ժակետ հատնենք բալկոնից ենք նկարում Պետք է ժակետով նստենք